How can something as beautiful as this be dying? A plague is ruining the land, but the tree of life still stands. Question is, for how long? End is coming to the new world. The tribes stand divided, in need of someone strong enough to unite them, or bring them all down. This is a story with an unusual beginning. So, let's expect an unusual end. Welcome to BioMutant.
Welcome, one and all, to my playthrough of BioMutant. I have been waiting for this game for a while. As soon as I heard about it, I thought I would love it, and it's going to be great. It's a kung fu post-apocalyptic furry game, and I am stoked. So, let's get into it. All the settings are maxed out. It's going to be in 4K. 4K. And everything's maxed. So that's all I've done. I haven't jumped into the game yet. I haven't done anything else aside from this and watch that awesome intro. So let's do it. Let's get into it. New game. We're going to do... this is always hard for me because I like to play in hard difficulty. Let's do medium for our first playthrough.
Encode your DNA.
Okay, so character creation. Primal is a nimble, developed anthropomorphic breed, a hybrid with gene mutation making them nimble and dexterous at the cost of lesser developed intellect. Oh. Not super smart, but smart enough to be nimble. Dumdon. I'm sure I'm gonna butcher all these names. Dumdon is the least developed anthropomorphic breed, a hybrid offshoot that compensate the lack of mental prowess with physical strength. Okay. Rex is extraordinary, a hybrid outcast with an even DNA string, making it apt for both physical and mental challenges. Okay. A little cuter. Hyla is a regenerative developed breed, a hybrid with the gene mutation making them extremely tough and resilient. So that's Tank. Fip. Renowned for highly evolved mind. Its genius is directly interlinked with the power of Ki, which amplifies its psionic output. That's interesting. Murgle. Murgle is the definition of idealized breed. It's an evolutionary lineage that has gone in a direction where form and appearance has dominated over function. So if we take a look at the right and we look at their stats. I think we're going to go with Rex. I think that's a good all around there. So, what happens if we hit the randomizer? Oh, I see. It just randomly picks between them. So, let's pick this guy. Define your character's starting attributes to see more detailed explanations of what effect each has. Press select button.
Define your genetic structure.
Okay, now let's see if the randomizer... Okay, the randomizer is... Oh boy. Oh! I see. So we can directly affect our stats. I think I like that. Now.
Choose a genetic resilience.
Oh. Radioactivity, heat, biohazard, and cold. So, basically, this is how much resistance I have in all of those. For now, because most of that is armor-based, I'm going to leave it at, I don't know what I'm going to face, mostly.
Choose your first style.
Okay. First style. I'm not super crazy about their way of... Oh, okay. Never mind. I can use the D-pad. That helps. I think I'm going to go this route.
Pick your main color.
Ah. Is that too much?
Pick a class.
Okay, that was I just wasn't happy with anything, so we're gonna go GreyGhost Grace. Okay, so mercenary, because I pre-ordered, is an option. But I really, really, really like the idea of Deadeye. So, mercenary is trained swordsman who has mastered the art of the blade. So, mostly all of these will run one melee. In fact, I think all of them run one melee, one ranged.
Deadeye.
So Deadeye is a tricky, skillful rogue who's chosen a life outside law and society values.
Commando.
Commando is trained as an operative of an elite special operations force. Commandos are used in working smaller teams. Psy-freaks are experimenting with psionic powers and mutations. They're usually outcasts on the fringe of society. Man.
Saboteur.
Kind of want to play all of these. Saboteur is a cunning, skilled explorer trained to operate covertly in both suburbs and wilderness. Looks pretty awesome.
Sentinel.
And Sentinels dedicated themselves to protect a house. Their dedication is for the organization as a whole, including supreme belief in their dogma.
Mercenary. Deadeye.
We're going with Deadeye, guys. Can't help it. I know. It's why I want to do it.
Deadeye chosen.
Here we go.
That'll work.
Oh, wow.
Here's somebody
straight
with
into
a
the
troubled
game.
Past, drawn into the spotlight of a story that's already begun.
Bunny hop.
We're already at a crossroads. Choosing a path in life is that fork in the road where you make a choice or simply stop living. But for you, it's not only a crossroad, but a choice. A reflection of your key, the primal energy that flows through everything.
Guess I'm going to be light blue.
Let me introduce myself. I'm the light and bright side of you, or your inner voice to be precise. An echo of balance and consequence of your actions as you move forward.
It's not going to tell me what the other side is?
Seems more like you're being light-headed if you ask me, but you'll come around eventually.
But what comes around goes all the way back around. So, it's better to stick to your instincts. You can't fight what's in your nature.
In your nature, and here I was hoping we'd be all about natural selection, survival of the strongest, and so forth. If that's not instinct, then I don't know what is.
Natural selection is all about evolution and progress, and as soon as there's enough light, darkness will disappear.
All right. Somewhat light. Okie doke. So we have to choose a path right off the bat? So, I have no real indicator which way to go. Like, nothing really defining. I'm gonna go this way.
Right is always right.
Well, technically.
Stories of death and the bodies left behind. A reminder that we're at the mercy of nature and the one that preys on others.
Meat eaters meat.
Do you remember the beast that shattered your family? Or did you choose to forget? You turned your back on our world and got lost in your own. Meanwhile, the predator only grew stronger.
Woo! Combat, right off the bat. Okay. Up. Oh, that's cool. Click, 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 click. Oh. Parry is LB. Whoa, I got squished. Oh. Oh, they gave it to me.
Better make a run for it. This is not the time nor place to end this story.
I was reluctant to go in there because that guy's got a mine.
This time, it was best to run and live to fight another day. Let us hope you're ready for it when it comes.
I don't know if I should be looting. Is this poop piles?
The predator isn't the only threat. The wildlife started to mutate when the end of days began, and the tree of life started to die.
Move towards an enemy to target them with a melee attack. Aim the camera towards the enemy to target them with ranged attacks. To reload your ranged weapon, press RB. When the ammo indicator is red, you can perform a quick reload. A successful quick reload will shorten the reload time and increase the damage of the next bullet. Quick reloaded by pressing RB. Key energy is used for dodging, using mutations, and performing special attacks. When you're out of key energy, you'll be unable to perform these actions. Your key energy regenerates both in and out of combat. Oh, I see. So it's giving me indicators when they are locked onto me. have to dodge those. Yeah. It'd almost be nicer to have just a standard locking mechanism, but I think there is the quick reload with additional damage. Oh, he's dead. Is that okay? So I've reloaded. Is there looting? There is no looting. But I kind of like that better because I'm not sure what they would have on them other than meat. Okay, the light is automatic. That's cool. Let me just get my bearings here. Okay. Pretty cool. So far, enjoying it a lot. I don't think they really intend for you to loot a lot. At least not during the tutorial stage. Electric module. Weapon add-on. You've found a special effect add-on. Attach it to your ranged weapon to give it an extra damage type for as long as the ammo lasts. Some enemies have a resistance or weakness to different weapon special ammo effects. Use them wisely. Okay. Equip. To attach a special effect add-on, select it through the consumable quick menu. To open the menu, hold up. Okay. Interesting. Health pack. You found a medic supply. Bags like these contain items that can help heal you. Your health doesn't automatically regenerate in combat. You have to use consumables or find other ways of healing. Sweet. You can use a bandage by holding the quick select menu input and selecting it. I see. Wait, what's this way? Looting. Oh. Oh. Oh, yummy. Oops. I meant to hit Y. I think I took it all anyways.
It's in your grasp.
Did he mean that literally?
The oil sludges everywhere.
Oh,
To
boy.
most, it only means death, but some have adapted to the new environment and changed with it. Evolution has its ways.
Remember to parry enemy attacks. When the enemy attacks, you see the lightning bolts flashing above their heads. Press LB. Okay. I'll try to remember that. Okay, I put myself where I can. Good choice. I parried. Click, click. I love that so much. Nope, I did not parry. This is why I didn't want to play on hard difficulty. Alright, time to kick some butt. Oh, I was not able to parry that. Get rid of the little guy. Focus this guy. Oh, okay. You know what? This will be a good time for me to figure out. Does this slow time down? It does slow. Oh no, I used both. Okay, that guy's done. What does it want? Is that a finisher? Oh, he's dead. Okay. Fallen enemies can often be looted for healing items. Find a highlighted fallen enemy and press Y. Remember to use your healing items when you're wounded. To open that, hit the up button on the D-pad. Got it. Texanola oil deep. Texanol. Toxol? Whatever. Bad at pronunciations. What did he have? A tongue tickly. All right. Sweet. Yum. All right, so I can't pick anything up from these guys. Just the highlighted items.
That will come in handy.
What is this? Oh, my. Okay. Tongue ticklies. Tickly toffees. Okay, nothing to do there. So this game was made by, from what I understand, a tiny studio of like 20 people. I'm already impressed.
So much damage.
Oh, want to blow that above his head. There it is. I am loving those kung fu words so much. So you don't always get the option, the red reload. Okay. Whoops. Yay, more stuff. Sweet. These guys have any stuffs?
You should be able to use that.
Yeah, clink. This has got a very interesting... Man, just what an interesting approach to the style of game. Feels very unique. I'm enjoying it. There's no lootables over here. Oh. Shielder. Some enemies carry large shields. You need to break the shield with melee attacks before you can deal damage to the enemy. Oh yeah, here we go. This is going to be fun. That didn't work very well. So if I break the shield... Oh, okay. With melee attack, right? Oh, I'm tiny compared to these guys. Grr. Oh, okay. Shield's gone. That didn't take much to break. Oh, yeah. Doing bad. This guy. Go away. There it is. Gotta get used to bullet time. Upgrade points. Defeating enemies and completing quests will give you XP. Leveling up allows you to raise one of your attributes by 10. You'll also get 1 point that you can use to unlock village skills in the Wong Fu and Perks menu. To go to that, press Start button. Okay, sweet. Take all. Did these schmoes leave me anything? Okay, cool. Sweet meat. Yummy. Alright. I can't open this door, can I? Okay, cool. Sorry, I really don't know what to expect, if I should be searching everywhere or not. So, let's check character out. Increasing attributes when you level up. Oh, yeah, okay. Alright, so I think we should probably shoot for vitality at this point. Give us longer to put the other
fresh
guys
air
down.
has done you good.
Nice. You'll earn upgrade points when leveling. Yeah, okay. So they said that close combat or ranged. I feel like I need to focus close combat first because it seems like I'm there pretty quickly. Two-hand slashed. Oh, cool. Wicked Wolf. Finish your two-hand melee chain with a strong vertical slash. This is a special attack. Hitting an enemy with it will fill up your super Wong Fu icon. Input sequence XXY. I can afford that one. Let's do Wicked Wolf. You can now perform a special attack when you have the correct weapon equipped. Once you've unlocked more attacks, you'll be able to combine them to reach Super Wong Fu state. Cool. Okay, so these are pretty basic, which is good, because I'm basic. So B, then X. Okay. Fairly simple. Got it. Alright, we're level 2, kids. Once you have more upgrade points, you can... Yeah, okay. So, double check. This is gear and weapons. Circle icon. Icons represent a part of the body that can be geared up with equipment found or bought from vendors. Your favorites can be saved in Outfits menu. Oh, nice. Torso. Different stats. Scrap the highlight piece. I see. Deadeye jacket. Equip.
About time you found some clothes.
Oh, well, I was already wearing it. Okay, so we don't have any new items. Inventory. We have consumables. Okay. And map. Oh, boy. Pretty big. Well, it looks pretty big. Whereabouts. And let's do a quick save. Okie doke. Whoops.
Look, an emergency box from the once was. A rare sight.
A Jimmy claw bar. Sweet. I see.
That pipe looks weak. The claw bar should come in handy.
Oh. Nice.
Whoa.
I'm loving the
It's time to
narration.
find a way out of this place. No, really, I mean
A
it.
little hitchy there. Don't know what that was about. Nice. Oh my. What am I looking at here?
The Morks produce biomatter in their multi-organ that they shed under distress. Blobs that affect the cellular coding strands of any living being.
Special attacks. You're on your way to performing a special attack. Possible special attacks are prompt in the lower right-hand corner of the screen. Pressing the indicated input while it is shown will trigger the special attack. Wicked Wolf, press Y.
When absorbed, including you.
Nice. Oh, that's cool. Okay, I can enjoy that.
First,
And it looks like it's not really interruptible. Bioblobs. You absorbed a bioblob. These are points used to unlock mutations. You collect bioblobs by defeating morks and finding containers at various places in the world. You can use the bioblobs to unlock special powers at any time by accessing the mutations menu. Okay, cool. Bioblobs, bioblobs. Is that all you got for me? Heart of the Swamp? Okay. Sweet. Seems like loading cells is pretty taxing. That's a schematic, bro. Looks like a chem bench. All right.
Toxanol built vessels called arcs to save themselves from the impending doom. But was it too late? It is only from the flight logs of the single arc they left behind that we know other arcs traveled through the sky and beyond. It seems those that came before us never lost hope in finding a new home for their kind.
Nice.
Toxanol built
Okay, so it
vessels
just
called
starts it over.
arcs to save themselves from the impending doom. But was it too late? It is only if...
Whoa, you found a puzzle. These are scattered around the world. Some open new paths while others feature different rewards. Oops. Rotate the node by pressing RB to LB, or LB to RB. This is the number of rotations you have left, and the higher your intellect, the more moves you have. Each node has a certain position it must be rotated into to complete the puzzle. Running out of moves before may have consequences. Oh boy. Okay, so we need the yellows to line up and the whites to line up? Is that what I'm getting here? Oh. Whoops. Ah. Oh, that was it. Oh, they gave me an easy one.
There are few records of the chain of events that led to the big apocalypse eons ago, but it's clear the world wasn't prepared for how recklessly the Toxanol Corporation would make its mark on the world. Their rare earth mining and nuclear industries generated tons of waste, and without consideration for the future, they dumped it all in landfills until they ran out of space. That's when they made the big mistake. They began dumping the toxic waste in the surf just off the coast instead, assuming that it would sink and decay with time. And they were right, but no one was prepared for what was about to unfold. Once in the surf, the radiation interfered with the genetics of the wildlife and created bizarre mutations in their offspring. It had an inconceivable impact on biodiversity and the entire ecosystem. The world as they knew it crumbled as nature retaliated. It would never be the same again, and what remained of it became ours.
Oh, I am enjoying the stories and filling the world with the lore. Filling in the gaps there.
The sound of spark metal going pew pew is never a good thing. It's coming from behind that door. A warning label. The box looks like a potential brain melt.
Yeah, it does. Here we
It's
go.
going to take a bit of puzzling to short-circuit the door.
Okay, so... navigate. So we need to...
Just a few moves left. Make them count.
So they gave me
There
room
you
for
go.
one mistake. Let's see what goes pew pew. Oh. Out of date. Perfectly countering an enemy attack will stun them. A stunned enemy has stars circling above their heads. After hitting them again, you can launch up into the air by pressing LB.
The wheeled one is outnumbered. You'd better help him out. Eyes on.
He's outnumbered. I think we're all outnumbered. Oh yeah, reload. Wow, look at him go.
Sure useful.
Whoa, serious lag. So it's based on where the camera is.
Almost there. Close encounter.
Well, I'm loving the Wicked Wolf.
That's the last of them. Let's
All
talk
right.
to the wheeled one before backup arrives.
I would like to loot, please. Oh, yeah. Okay. Those go to me no matter what. Is there anything over here? Can't climb up that. That came down that. Oh, wheeled one. It's a nice touch, closing the door. I appreciate that. Hello, wheeled one.
He wants to thank you for taking his side against the scavengers. He sounds familiar. You just can't figure out why. He presents himself as out of date. He knows he's way overdue, but he hasn't given up. He doesn't seem surprised that you don't recognize him. You were just a child back then, the night everything changed.
Oh, dang.
There have been rumors of a one-eyed Ronin seen outside the Great Wall, and he's happy to see it's true. The legend of the one-eyed child that grew up as an outcast is old and sad. The child could have been anyone, but the evil it had fled had left a mark, a facial scar to remember the past. It's a scar you're covering under that eye patch, isn't it? But he would have recognized you anyways. You look exactly like your Muma. There's no doubt you're the child, and that what Lupa Lupin did to your village, your Muma and Popsy, was the beginning of the end. He says it has taken you a long time to bring the past back up to the present, to find your way back, but he's grateful you have. It was after the attack that the Unity fell apart. Your Muma's disciples divided and formed tribes as a reaction to the blight that had fallen upon the land. After the old village was destroyed and you disappeared, a struggle between the families erupted, and over time, the disciples turned against each other. Had it not been for the Tree of Life, no one would have survived. He hopes you at least remember the tree.
Dialogue settings. By default, dialogues are set to advance from one NPC line to the next automatically. If you want to manually advance the dialogue, you can change this by going to Settings Accessibility. Oh, I'm just a wee little snapper. Tory Gate style. Oh, I feel like I'm gonna love this game. Oh, look at this stud.
Asks if you were tired, as it's a bit of a hike here
Oh,
from the village.
no.
He wonders if your Muma knows you are here.
I hope I told her.
You're such a good child, so you probably did. Even the young forget. He understands why you came all the way out here, to see them, the potato people. The potato people, or Nono, are a wonder, somehow interlinked with this little tree here, fueling its source of life. You might be right. Like potatoes, they're packed with energy, an excellent source of ki. The Nono prefer to hide in glitter grass. He says you should get over there and ruffle it. See if you can make one come out of hiding.
I'm gonna ruffle me out a Nano. Oh wow, that's quite a ways away. Pretty. Do I just... Oh.
You found one. You should be proud. They don't come out for everyone. The Nono's ki energy is just what the Pensai needs to complete its cycle and grow into a tree of life. The small tree you saw up there where you met will eventually grow into a tree of life and start giving back to nature. It'll be the heart of the land. You'll need to support the tree for a long time to come. The only way it'll grow tall is with the burst of ki released from the Nono as they become one with the tree. You'll need a net to catch the Nono, and he wants you to use his, but asks you to be gentle. The Nono are sensitive beings, an embodiment of ki, the primal energy.
Oh. Oh. Was that as delicate? Okay.
You handle that net like you've never done anything else. He's impressed. He's grateful for all the help he can get. There's lots of nono out there that need to be guided to the roots of the pensai tree. They're hiding in the glitter grass that mostly grows deep inside damp caves, where they draw mineral from the natural rock. One day, he hopes the tree will have grown tall enough to sustain the world. But today, your focus is getting this one to become one with the tree.
All right. Is it? Let's back up top. Ah, the little baby tree. It needs some potato. In the shape of DNA. That's...
Now that you've seen the nono's connection with the tree with your own eyes, you have no reason to doubt. From this day on, he'll make nurturing the pensai into a tree of life, a life goal, not only for our village's sake, but for all of us, everyone. One day, the land won't be as peaceful. Not even your Muma will be able to protect us. You can already see the effects from how reckless those before us acted, and unless something changes, we're doomed. The land won't survive the side effects of the old world's industrial advances. He says you'd better hurry back to the village before your Muma comes looking for you. You did good here today. No, she's got lots on her mind and needs rest after the raid last night on the Lupin camp with her disciples. Wonders if they let the Predator family live or not. He lost you there for a while, but no memory is alone. It's part of a trail you can follow. He says he remembers every single day he devoted to growing the Tree of Life, but now he's afraid it might be in vain. The tree started to die when the end of days begun, and it wasn't long after that that the World Eaters arrived. The genetic evolution that occurred after the apocalypse that Toxinol Corporation inflicted on the land set the World Eater's DNA into overdrive. His friend Gizmo is working on a Mekton and needs help defeating the Jumbo Puff at the end of the West Route. Wiz is still repairing his octopod to confront the Merc Puff that dwells deep down under the surface at the end of the Northwest Route. Noko has tamed the Midget and is preparing to take on the Hoof Puff at the end of the East Route. Finally, Goop is almost done with the Goo Glide, a machine able to ride the waves of the surf all the way out to the Porky Puff at the end of the route to the southeast. Out of Date says his friends are gearing up to stop the World Eaters. There's one at the end of each route. The road ahead won't be easy, but he's counting on your support. His friends aren't strong enough to end this on their own. He wants you to understand that you'll all die if the tree isn't saved.
How can I defeat the World Eaters?
His friends have prepared something specific for each World Eater. The Mekton, the Octopod, the Majute, and the Googlide are almost ready to ride. Regardless, you'll meet again once you've played your part in the tribe war and the situation with the World Eaters.
All right. Well, thanks, man. So, suddenly I'm craving a peanut butter and banana sandwich. So, is this the guy? Is this, Johnny Bravo? Okay. I wonder what the random hitching is.
You're getting the hang of it. Quickest way out is through the roof where they came in. And the rope looks strong enough to climb.
My thoughts exactly. So you just walk up to it, okay. Wow, that's a long trek. So my cute little grasshopper, R2-D2 grasshopper. Anything to find back here? I'm enjoying the music.
Know that the Tree of Life is dying. Its days are numbered. Without help, it can't endure the environmental change and assault from the World Eaters.
And there it is. Nice. Good intro.
A signpost maps it out for the cartographically challenged.
That's me. Can't read a map to save my buns. Oh, I'm peeing on it.
Let's see.
Oh, okay. Okay, I like that a lot. Signposts are found near locations of interest all around the world. You'll unlock the signpost when interacting with it. You can fast travel to a signpost you've unlocked by selecting it on the map. Then open the map. To open the map at any time, press the select button. Place waypoint. Okay. He didn't say anything about the Cluppy Dunes. So I guess there's no monster here. It's just an area. Because there are passive clans. Okay. Man, I want to explore, but I don't think there's any reason to. Oh my. Hey man. Not cool.
That must be the World Eater that chewed off Out-of-Date's leg. You'll need a hat trick to bring that down. The World Eaters have made their marks on our world over time. That's not the first nor the last village it'll leave in its wake.
Oh man, this is cool.
Look, a survivor. Glad to see someone made it out alive.
Oh boy. Wow.
He's heard the stories about the terror inflicted by the World Eaters to other enclaves, but never expected one to come all the way here.
Your inner balance is two halves that completes a wholeness that flows through all things, all time. At times, you'll be able to manifest your inner balance through deeds and dialogue choices. Few are those who always act in the same manner, and our wholeness is the sum of choices we make up and actions we take. The balance of your actions creates an aura score, which affects the dialogue with other characters.
He worries there won't be much left to save if this continues, even if the Tree of Life survives the attack. He doesn't know what your connection is to this place, but something tells him you've stayed true to your heart.
Interacting with captives and PSI shrines will award you with PSI points that you can use to unlock psionic powers. Powers can only be unlocked once you have reached a required dark or light inner balance.
Anyway, he needs help and says it's by your actions you'll be judged, not by your intentions.
Well, we are a Ronin, right?
He's grateful for that. You still seem to have a spark of light in you.
That's a spark of light in you!
Too much already. I like the light.
What's there to like about light? It hurts to look at.
Not as much as it hurts to look at you.
Always making this personal.
And you're always trying to pretend it's not.
Psi point unlock. You've gained a Psi point. Use it to unlock powers in the mutations menu. Some powers are locked by aura score, darker light, meaning that your Psi points can only unlock powers of the same color as your current aura or with those without color. Cool, man.
There's Out of Date again. He must have missed something important. Out of Date says you will make a better stand against the World Eaters with the support of a tribe, and there are two nearby. The Myriad tribe is likely to be a good match as they act on the understanding of the greater good and have a code of honor. Regardless of who you choose, it won't be easy, as the conflict between the tribes is worse than ever, teetering on the brink of war. The Myriad's conviction to stop the World Eaters began when the Leviathans rose from the depths of the surf. Siding with the Myriad's movement for wholeness in a fragmented world might seem like the logical thing to do, but is it the right thing? One thing's certain, though. Destiny arrives all the same. The Jagni tribe only ever had one conviction: to bring balance to the world by wiping out the weak. They believe a cleansing is necessary to restore the world, and want to let the World Eaters bring down the Tree of Life. But siding with Jagni isn't necessarily a bad thing. Fate will find a way. Out of Date says someone needs to break the stalemate and shift the balance of power to either Jagni's or Myriad's side. He believes the tribe Sifus, Myriad especially, will listen to you and expects you to pay at least one of them a visit and play your part.
Have the tribes engaged the World Eaters?
Myriad is convinced that defeating the World Eaters is the only way the world can be saved, but they've been forced to focus on their rivalry with the Jagni tribe. Out of Date will be waiting for you beneath the Tree of Life if you lose track of what you need to do. Regardless, you'll meet again once you've played your part in the tribe war and the situation with the World Eaters.
Okay. Your quest tracking. Your current and started quests are shown in the journal. See the top of the menu above. You can change which quest you track by opening the journal tab and selecting another quest. Okay. So here's the tough part. I'm okay with beliefs until you force your belief on other people. And okay. We're gonna go check out the Myriad.
Another fork in the road. It's either the tunnel or the motor bridge. What'll it be?
The motor bridge looks cool. But so does the tunnel. Oh, this is a multiple playthrough kind of game.
Just get over it.
Oh, he's killing me. Oh, a skirmish already. Should I help? I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. This guy looks like a bad guy here. Don't know if he is or not.
Cutting edge.
Oh, I missed it. So, how do I identify these people? Hello, who are you? Okay, well, I don't know if I chose to attack one or the other, or if that was, I mean, that would have to be how it goes. Okay. This is not a road sign I can be on. Wow, they're relatively close. Okay. So the tunnel would have taken me... Can I even get to them this way? Oh. So you track with your camera.
Chop, chop.
Chop, chop. I'm having way too much fun with this. Alright, is my gun reloaded? Okay. And these guys don't appear to have anything consistently. Alright. So I should have seen that coming. What do we got here? Yay, drugs. And you? All right, Healy stuff. So do I need to go back down to the... No, I don't. This feels very fluid. I am enjoying the way they designed this. So am I hearing my cute little cricket friend? I am. Okay. Oh. Journal. Yep, we already read that. Tribe War, Tree of Life, Another World. Conquer the rival tribes. Okay, I don't really... Okay, so grayed out is the one I'm... Okay. And then... Side... Oh. Ah, okay. Gear. Do I have new gear? Inventory. No. Okay. Telling me about consumables. I got another health pack. Okie dokie. Outfits. From the, where you can go and create and save gear. Okay, cool. Nice. Aw. That's pretty cool. What else was there in gear? Yeah, so those don't have any items available, and these are what I'm currently wearing. Okay. I don't know why it still has... Am I missing something? It says equip, but those are all already equipped. Okay. Anyways, let's save game. Okie doke. Woof. Crazy lag there. Do I need to go up top for that? I don't know. Let's be rent. Oh, yeah, look at that. Is there a photo mode? Yes. Okay. Oh, perfect. Oh no, the sunset's already gone. Dang, the sun moves quick. Alright, we'll keep an eye out for that. I missed my chance there. This is pretty cool, man. Sweet. Okay, so I can hide UI, take photos, zoom in, zoom out. But okay. All right. It feels natural. This feels a very...
That's the myriad tribe's fortress. Will they be friends or foe? You should head up there. That way you'll know.
It feels like they really... It just feels really natural movement in this game. Here, look, a thing I can pee on. Whoops. Yeah.
Let's see.
I enjoyed that very much. Okay, let's get rid of the waypoint. Oh, I see. Can't. Here we go.
It's a beaten path to that door. If you go there, you'd better make an entrance. Says they're wary of strangers. They're at war.
Where can I find the Saifu?
Figures the Sifu would be interested in seeing you.
Sibi? Lapanen aginkalman. Geradna falo hutut mustugai la wute.
The Myriad tribe act on understanding of the greater good and a code of honor. They believe uniting the tribes is the only way to restore the peace. The Sifu is convinced that defeating the World Eaters and saving the Tree of Life is the only way to make the world a better place. He welcomes you to the Myriad Fort and introduces himself as the tribe's Sifu. But he was hoping you'd show up. The news of a vigilante Ronin on crusade crossing the Great Wall through the crack in Bunker 101 has preceded you.
Oh, is that so many references already? Bunker 101, huh? Okay. The Great Wall.
The wall that separates them from the other side? The wasteland you came from? He guesses the time spent there just left a blank space in your memory, as empty and barren as the wasteland itself. He's convinced you've returned for a reason, and is glad you chose to come here. There's something about your spirit that sparks memories of you as a kidling. He can still sense you're kind-hearted. The Sifu says sometimes one memory can make another come to life. He hasn't thought about your Muma for ages, even though she taught him a lot. He was one of the original Wang Fu disciples.
Disciples?
There were 6 of them, but the unity fell apart after Lupa Lupin attacked the old village. Soon after, they formed new tribes based on their own values, and when the Blight started, the animosity escalated to war. The Sifu says it's time to set the past aside, at least for now. Unrest is sweeping the land, and there are rivals in all directions. Myriad wants unity between the tribes. Their goal is understanding of the greater good and establishing a code of honor. If you believe there's some good in everyone, there's still hope for tomorrow. You'll unite the tribes and defeat the World Eaters to save the Tree of Life.
That is what I want. I do want to unite the tribes and defeat the World Eaters. That's definitely what I want to do.
He was hoping you'd join them. You understand that there's no harm in doing good to others. The Sifu was waiting for something to tip the balance in their favor, and with you by their side, he's confident you can unite the other tribes. The one you should coerce first is the Jagni tribe.
Jagni tribe?
The Jagni tribe may believe that fear and hatred will lead them to domination. A vanquisition of the tribes and destruction of the Tree of Life won't be the restart they want. It's just an end to everything. Their kin have run out of options and found themselves backed into a corner. Even those who desire peace have been forced to prepare for war.
I do wish there was another way.
You need to take the struggle to the enemy, or the enemy will bring it to you. When survival is threatened, there's no other option left but war. He wants you to focus. These are the new rival outposts your tribe needs to take control of. He says you'll regret not being on their side. The only way you'll learn their secrets, Wung Fu and the tribe weapon now, is if you defeat him. And that will never happen.
Waka Mulo Sada.
You both have gentle minds, so they want to wage a gentle war. A war that bonds as much as it breaks.
Gine afirma katano shubudo. Kera gadengen hiram.
Tells you not to be afraid. Your fate cannot be taken from you. Claim the rival outposts and earn the right to wield the tribe weapon.
La fanen aginkan man.
Once you've dealt with the rivals' outposts, you'll challenge their Sifu to unite their tribe with yours and let your kin share land again.
Challenge to unite?
Ala mangrif.
They passed the point of no return as their words lost power and see no other way forward than using violence to combat violence.
Mus.
Seeing you brings back his memories of the old village.
Ala mangrif mus.
Myriad wants unity between the tribes. Their goal is understanding of the greater good and establishing a code of honor.
What? Porote nat.
He remembers your kind and unselfish soul and can sense you still have it in you, the will to do good.
Polo marati.
Anyway, the memories you make with your family are strong and can sometimes come to life. Passing the old village on your way to the first rival outpost might help.
The old village?
Dir vuru vusa hat. Polo marati.
Even though it's now a different place from a different time, it is a place that'll make you remember.
Okay. Wow. Info dump. Let me just shine my flashlight on you, buddy. All right. Well, this is awesome. We are plowing right through. Man, getting some serious Far Cry vibes.
Wishes you would just give up and let the world burn.
Wow. I got everything I need.
Hopes to see you again soon.
Okay. Whoops. Yeah, let me just take all your stuff, guys. Are you just as hopeful? Information gathering. Some civilians have information about secret locations nearby. You can try to ask for information, but it's not likely that they'll give it up unless you make use of one of your main attributes. The chances that they'll give up the information is then much higher. But if you fail the check, you will lose one of your attribute points. Whoa. Pretty devastating consequences.
Says there's an interesting place nearby that no one knows about, but doesn't really want to talk about it right now.
Let's try persuade.
Says there's no reason to let you in on where it is.
Woof. Wow, that's dang. That is not good odds. I'm gonna go with no risk for now.
Says there's no reason to make threats. Would have told you about it sooner or later. It's not far from here.
I didn't really want to threaten her, though. Cool.
Thinks you should find a good place to hole up until daybreak.
Nice.
Hopes to see you again soon.
Well, thank you for being so kind, even though I threatened you. I feel bad about that. All right. Pretty cool. Well, I guess we'll go right out front. She says a place to hold up for the night. Oh, that's cool. Pass through the cave. You know what, guys? I think this is a fantastic place to end the first episode. It has been wild. I am absolutely enjoying this game. I cannot wait to just dive right in. And we will dive. This is the new daily driver game. It'll be Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. on the release time. So, if you guys like this video, slap that like button. If you want to see the rest of the series, hit the subscribe button and the little bell icon so you know when I come out with new content. And with that, guys, I will see you in the next video.